he's worked really hard. And he worked hard. He worked hard all year last year. He was certainly in a point when he got here that was a unique situation, having really no experience and exposure to our system prior to training camp starting. I honestly can't remember another time in my career where we've had a player that has done that. Even the rookies that get drafted, they get, information prior to the end of the spring. So it was a unique scenario. He worked his butt off last year to do it. And then he came back certainly this year at a much different position. He has a different grasp of the offense, a different understanding of the terminology. And now we're working on refining, the precision, the details. And I always talk to the quarterbacks about trying to master, the operation and the things we need them to do, there's always work to be done in that area. I don't care what quarterback you're talking about. There's always work to be done.
Yeah. I mean, I think, Nelson and I'll hit Kendrick in the same mindset here. Both guys come from different systems. Kendrick, obviously with Kyle, in San Francisco most of his career. And then Nelson has had a slew of, different systems offensively he's been a part of. Those guys have come in here and have accepted the role of being a pro. They've worked extremely hard. They've dedicated some time both here in the weight room and then off the field in terms of studying and learning a new playbook, like any new player tries to be. But I think their mindset of, knowing what it takes to be productive in the league, and similar to a guy like Demir Bird, who we had last year, who had to do the same thing. So I think, being a pro is not just performing on Sunday at a high level, but it's also performing off the field in the weight room, in your playbook at home, whatever you have to do. And they're doing a great job of that.
Look, Mac, he's won a lot of games, in the last year plus, at Alabama. He's played in some big games, some pressure situations. He takes care of the football. He's demonstrated an ability to function at a pretty high level in their system and their offense with their terminology. He competed in a league that's, I'd say, widely regarded as, one of the top conferences, if not the top conference in all of college football. And he's, to play the position of quarterback, there's certainly not just one thing you need to do well. So, he certainly, stood out in certain obvious ways, relative to throwing the football and command and, protecting the ball and not hurting his football team. So a lot to, look at and digest as you studied him.
I'll be honest, it was huge. It was huge. Anytime you have a guy, it was kind of like, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but it's like the times that, that I wasn't hurt, I was kind of a coach on the field. Right. And so like having a guy like Hightower, at the end of the day, like you can call the play, but as soon as you cross the white lines, like those guys are in charge. And then anytime you have a guy as smart as Hightower who's able to cross the white line and you feel comfortable, like this guy is going to make the right decision 9 times out of 10. I mean, that's a very comforting feeling. And I'm not saying that we didn't have that at times last year, but just getting it on a down after down after down basis is something we look forward to having this year.
Yeah, listen, a guy like Julian, whose mental toughness obviously is, unmatched to, guys who have been in the receiver room here. He's definitely the poster child for what this place is and what it's about in terms of work ethic, mental toughness, putting the team first. And his presence won't only be missed in the receiver room, but will be missed, in this building every single day, because he defines the Patriot way. And I think any guy that's been around him, any guy that's played with him has benefited from being with him. And I think, that's hard to replace. And, I think guys who are coming in who were able to see what he did, like a guy like Jacoby, are able to kind of do things that not he would do, but to do what I would say he instilled in them in terms of work ethic and mental toughness aspect. But it's definitely hard to replace a guy like Julian Edelman because he just was a special person and a special player.